So good evening, afternoon, everyone. Anywhere you are. Today we will continue where we stopped the last time. So let's look into this. Can you see my screen, please? If you can see my screen, please say yes on the chat. Okay, thank you. So let's look into this long division. With polynomial. So let's look at the example one, where you have x squared plus x squared plus 5x plus 6. Are we together? X squared plus 5x plus 6 divided by x plus 2 divided by x plus 2. So the method of log division, it's a general method whereby we can also look into that and see how we can solve this problem. So we have divisors. So we have, this is our divisors. So then we have these. We have x squared plus 5x plus 6. Then our divisors is here x plus 2. So for the x of this, how many x can we get from x squared? We have x squared in x divided by x. There are three things we need to take note. We need division. We need division. We need multiplication. We need division. We need multiplication. Also, we need minus. These three signs will guide us throughout this particular topic. So if you take this x, how many x is in x squared? Remember, that is x squared divided by this. It simply means that x squared minus 1. You know, this is raised to power 1. This is going to be x raised to power 1. So meaning I'll have x. So if I have x, the first thing is take this x to multiply it back. That is x multiplied by x, we have x squared. X multiplied by x is x squared. Open this bracket because you are going to minus it. X multiplied by x, you have x squared. Then x multiplied by 2, you have plus 2x. So you close the bracket. This will still come down. But now we need to deduct this from this. That is, x minus x is equal to x squared minus x squared is equal to 0. Because this negative will affect this positive. We're going to have 5x minus 2x is going to be plus 3x. Then this arrow says that this particular value, the next value should come down, which is going to be plus 6. Any question? Any question? Okay. So the next thing is to go back into the x again. How many x, this particular x, how many is in this 3x? So meaning you have 3x divided by x. This will go with this. You have 3. So it simply means you have to put plus 3. So if it is plus 3, remember, you have to create this. It simply means that 3 multiplied by x again, you have 3x. Then 3 multiplied by 2, you have plus 6. Then we can close this. The question is very simple. Do we still have any value here? No. So if you have any value, you continue. If you have remainder, you continue. But in this case now, we have 3x minus 3x will give me 0. This negative will affect this. 6 minus 6 will also give me 0. And that will be the end for the question. So how do we write this? Because that is the end for that particular question. How do we write this? We write it the way it's supposed to be. Let's go and write all the value out. It simply means that we have x plus 3. That is because we don't have any remainder. So because our remainder is what? Our remainder is supposed to be remainder divided by divisor. So remainder in this case is 0. So therefore we have it to be x plus 3. Therefore, let me write it here. It's supposed to be x squared plus 5x plus 6 divided by s plus 2. The solution is s plus 3 plus, remember, our remainder is what? 0 divided by divisor. Our divisor in this case is s plus 2. Therefore, the final answer is s plus 3. Any question? So let's look at number 2. Number 2 says, when you have 2x cubed plus 8x squared minus 6x plus 10 divided by x minus 2 divided by x minus 2. So let's look at the solution. You have it to be 2s cubed plus 8s squared minus 6x plus 10. And the divisor here is x minus 2. So we're going to perform the same operation the way we did the first time. This time around, we look into the operation in this way. Let me just do a sketch here. It simply means you have 2x raised to the power 3 divided by x. What do we have? This cancelled, this remain 2. So we have 2x raised to the power 2. So if you have 2x raised to the power 2, open your bracket parentheses with negative, because we are going to deduct whatever you get down from what you have up. So it's going to be 2x squared multiplied by x. You have 2x raised to the power 3 minus 2x squared multiplied by 2 minus 4x squared. So we have this one coming down. So how do we solve this? Got underline this. 2x cubed minus 2x cubed will give me 0. Then I have negative here. Minus times minus will give me positive. That is 8x squared plus 4x squared will give me plus 12x squared. Bring your negative down, minus 6x. Plus 10. So from here now, we can proceed by solving the problem. The next thing is you go back to the divisor again. You check with the divisor, what do we have there? At the divisor, we have x. How many x is in 12? Who can tell us, please? How many x is in 12x squared? Anybody? Destiny, how many x is in 12x squared? Joshua, how many x is in 12x squared? Aliyah. How many x do you have there? Anthony, how many x do you have there? Okay. Somebody said 2. Okay, 3. So this is how it works. Look at it. Remember, x is not a value. So what you need to do is, if you look at this one, this is how it works. Now I have, all I need from here is pretty simple. I need to know this is 12x squared, right? And I want to see how many x can we get. Here is going to be x divided by x. So this x carry 1, you know. So you have x raised to power 1 and x raised to power 2. According to law of indices, it says that when you have 12x squared minus 1, because this is division, division means negative. So which is me, it simply means 12x. I want you guys to mention 12x for me. So it's going to be plus 12x. Plus 12x. Take note of that. So plus 12x. Now, if it is plus 12x, we have negative here. So I can say 12x multiplied by 12x multiplied by x will give me 12x squared. 12x multiplied by negative 2 will give me minus 24 minus 24x. minus 24x. So I can add these two together and see what do I get. This will give me 0. Minus times minus. Negative times negative will give me positive. That is 24x minus 6x will give me plus 18x. Don't forget, I still have 10 down. I can say plus 10. I hope I'm communicating. So the next thing we need to do here is just to go back to the same x divisor. How many x is in 18 now? Can someone put it in the chat? How many x is in 18x? Yes. The way we did the one of 12x squared, can we do the one of 18 there? So what do you have? Put it in the chat. Just try. Do the normal calculation the way I did the other time. Let's see what you have. Okay, let's move on because of our time. So we have here, is there the same thing like 18x over x? This will go with this. You have 18. So minus, we have plus 18. 18 multiplied by x. 18x. 18 multiplied by 2. Minus 2. Minus 36. So when you add this together, you have 0. Then you have plus 46. So our remainder is 46. We have remainder to be 46. You can go ahead and write the final solution. The final solution for this will be 2x squared plus 12x plus 18 plus 46 over divisor s minus 2. That is the final solution. Any question? Okay. So number 3 says, let's look at number 3. 6x raised to the power 4 minus 9x squared plus 18 divided by s minus 3 divided by x minus 3. So for us to solve this, solution will be, now you discover there's a gap between x raised to the power 4. There's no x raised to the power 3. There is no x raised to the power 1. So we're going to write it this way, and all of them must be represented. S raised to the power 4 plus 0 s raised to the power 3 minus 9s squared plus 0 s raised to power 0 s raised to power x raised to power 1 and plus 18. So from here, we have x minus 3. Don't forget x minus 3 is your divisor. So let's look at it together holistically. You discover that how many x do we have here? 6x raised to power 4. You take it with this first. Let's look at it. So how many x? Anybody? Can we try it? What is the remaining that we want to put there? You can put it in a chat, or you can say it. You can unmute yourself and say it. Okay, thank you. When you said, Joshua, you said 3. 3 what? Is it s raised 6x? Are you saying s raised to power 3 or just number 3 or what? You can unmute yourself and talk, please. So in this case now, you have it to be 6s raised to power 4 minus 1, making 6s raised to power 3. So you have it to be 6x raised to power 3, 6x multiplied by x. 6x raised to power 3 multiplied by x. You have 6x raised to power 4. Can cancel this. So the next thing we need to do is 6x multiplied by 6x raised to power 3 multiplied by 3. You have it to be negative 18x raised to power 3. Then we can bring this down, and this down. Close the bracket. So this, when you 6 raised to power 4 minus 6x raised to power 4, you have 0. Then here we go, we have negative here, negative multiplied by negative, you have positive, plus 0, you have 18x raised to power 3. Then we can bring one of these down, minus 9s squared. I bring minus 9s squared down. Then I can go ahead and check how many s is it? 18x raised to power 3 is going to be plus 18s squared. 18s squared multiplied by x will give me 18s cubed. 18s squared multiplied by 3 will give me minus 54x squared. So let me just put it this way so that you understand. When you underline this one, when you 18s cubed minus 18s cubed will give you 0. Then minus times minus positive, 54 minus 9s squared will give me plus 45s squared. Then I can bring this down, which is plus 0x down. So we put plus 0x down. So what do we have in this case? So from here, our x in 45x squared, what do we have? Is going to be plus 45x. 45x multiplied by x will give me 45s squared. 45s squared 45x multiplied by 3, negative 3 will give me negative 135x. So by the time you add everything together, this will be 0. And this will be positive, which is positive 135x. Then don't forget, you still have 18 here plus 18. So all you need to do is to find how many x is in this again. When you find x, how many x is in 135? Will be minus into will be plus 135. Plus 135. We have 135x minus 405. When you multiply them together, at the end of the day, this will be 0, and you have plus 423. 0 plus 423. 0 plus 423. So in this case, now we have our final answers to be 6x cubed plus 18x squared plus 45x plus 135 plus 423 over s plus s minus 3. Remember, this is your remainder, this is your divisor, and this is quotient. So that is the solution for that particular problem. So let's quickly look at the polynomial theorem and synthetic division of the polynomial. For the synthetic, let's look at it. Synthetic division of polynomial. So in this case, majorly what we do is we use our coefficients. Take, for example, if you have the formula says f of x over s minus c. S minus c can be any value, what we are used to, or depending on the question you are given. But in this case now, how do we solve for the problem? If you have for example, if I have question of this nature, look at this question, 2x, if I have f of x, let me just give you this. F of x equals to 2x cubed minus 5x squared plus 6x minus 12. And the question says, I said my f of 4 is equals to what? Let's try f of 4 is equals to what? Our remainder, that is f of our r. We say f of 4, let's try the f of 4 in this case. It's a solution. Synthetic is being represented in this way. What is the coefficient of each of these variables? You have to put them here. Remember, we are using f of 4. 4 is here. You have 2, have -5, you have 6, you have -2. Remember, 2x raised to power 3 is this. -5 raised to power 2, we have it here. 2s6, we have it here. -12, we have it here. So the first entry, which is this, you have to bring the first one down. You put it down here. So after you put this one down, all you need to do is multiply these two multiplied by 4. 2 multiplied by 4, you have it to be 8. Put it here. 2 multiplied by 4, you put it there. Then add these two together. -5 plus 8. What do you have? -5 plus 8. You have it to be 3. Now, this 3 multiplied by 4 again, you have it to be 12. Then add the 2 together again. 12 plus 6, you have it to be 18. 18 multiplied by 4, you have it to be 72. When you add 72 plus 12, it is 60. We will exhaust everything we have. But in this case, what we say is our remainder is equal to f of 4, which is equal to 60. The last value is called your remainder here. We call it R. This is your remainder. That is our remainder. So it simply means how just substitute, we have it to be, remember the question says we have f of x to be equals to 2x cubed minus 5x squared plus 6x minus 12. If I substitute f of 4, what do I have? I'm going to have 2 into 4 raised to power 3 minus 5 into 4 raised to power 2 plus 6 into 4 minus 12. If you punch your calculator very well, you have 2 into 64 minus 5 into 16 plus 24 minus 12. If you do it very well, you have 128 minus 8 plus 12. Then our f of 4 is equals to 60. So our remainder here is what? It's 60. So you can see that we are able to show this remainder, our f of 4 to be 60. So let's take notes of that. Another thing, let's look at the question 2 in this category. We have f of x equals to 3x raised to the power 4 minus 7x raised to the power 3 minus 9x plus 12. We have f of 5. This is f of 5. So for f of 5, what do I do in this case? Follow the same procedure we did the other time. I have 3 here. I have -7. I have, in this case, you have to be careful because we don't have the value here. We have 0 because x2 is not represented. Then we have -9, you have 12. Don't forget your 5. Then bring your 3 down. So the first 3 multiplied by 5 will be 15. When you add 15 plus -7, you have 8. 8 multiplied by 5, you have 40. If you add 40 plus 0, you still have 40. 40 multiplied by 5, you have 200. When you add the two together, you have 191. Then 191 multiplied by 5, you have 955. When you add the two together, you have 967. That's your remainder. You have those so as your remainder. So if you try it, put your f of 5 into your equation. It says 3 into 5 raised to the power 4 minus 7 into 5 raised to the power 3 minus 9 into 5 plus 12. If you do it very well, you have 3 into 625 minus 7 into 125 minus 45 plus 12. You calculate it very well, you have 967. So I want you guys to try as much as possible to solve as many problems as possible. I will try today and upload your assignment 1